Good morning. Good to be with you again this morning. And again, as I've been saying throughout last week, and I'm going to continue to repeat that for now, at least, until people understand what I'm doing. I'm building on the four pillars of a healthy Christian business leader. And the four pillars are basically healthy relationships, biblical financial values, and biblical spirituality, and then finally balanced living. And this week, our series is based on pillar number 2, which is biblical financial values. And the series for this week is When is Enough Enough? And today we're going to be talking about the greener grass. The greener grass. So it's easy to get distracted by someone else's success. There are so many get-rich schemes out there. The idea that you should not be content with what you have and that you should be striving for more. There's always that. There's constantly being bombarded with that through the media, bombarded with that on Facebook, you name it, Twitter, all of that. We get bombarded with the reality that, I've got this product, I've got this, I've got that, and you need it. And so we're constantly being bombarded with kind of the new best thing and the best way to get more money and all of that fun stuff. And but as we saw yesterday, more is not necessarily the answer. John D. Rockefeller had never had enough all of his life. Today, as we talk about the idea of the greener grass, in Genesis, there's a historic event that changed a family's life. It was about the greener grass. A conflict was happening between two family members, and their businesses, and their business endeavor was at stake. The family was Abraham's family, and the conflict was between him and his nephew. Both of their businesses were growing to the point that it was hard to continue to coexist. So Abraham took the lead, and he gave Lot the opportunity to pick where he wanted to set up shop. Now, in today's world, Abraham would be like the boss, the one with the most experience, the one who had the dream. It was Abraham whom God had called to leave his home and to go to a new country that God would show him. And so in today's world, it would be, the guy, the woman that had the dream, that recognized, God has called me to start this new business. God has called me to start this new endeavor. And so Abraham would be that guy. He's the one that had the fresh start. He's the one that had the big idea. And Lot, on the other hand, Lot would be kind of like the assistant or the underling. Of course, in this case, he was related. And oftentimes in business, we do go into business with family, and that can be a good thing. But can also sometimes be a challenging thing. And so for Abraham and Lot, that truly was a challenging thing. And so Lot would have been like the assistant, the underling, who came along for the ride, but felt that he had kind of outgrown the company, and he needed more. And his part of the business was growing, and he felt that he could kind of go out on his own. And so when they get to this mountain, and there's the opportunity for Lot to show his appreciation for his boss and show that he is really recognizing all that Abraham has done for him. Instead, Lot chooses the most lucrative place and literally left next to nothing for his uncle. Again, Lot, the underling, put himself first, put his needs, what he wanted, what he thought was going to be best for him, for his company, for his flocks that he had, and he really did not consider being appreciative to Abraham and Abraham's needs. Really didn't show any kind of appreciation for Abraham's bringing him along. And so, again, in today's language, that would be, he basically didn't see Abraham and his company and the fact that Abraham had brought him along and taught him all that he needed to know about how to run his own business. And he didn't consider any of that. And he chose the greener grass. The end result, though, of his choice was very sad. Because Lot chose the greener grass, he ended up losing everything. And I mean everything. I mean, eventually he left the greener grass. He moved into a wicked city. And then, not only does he lose his business and everything that goes along with that, but he loses his wife in the end. And you see, here's the thing. Sometimes we underestimate what kind of effect this is going to have on our family. We pick this thing. We think it's the next best opportunity. We pick it, but we don't really consider what effect it's going to have on our wife and on our kids. And so Lot thought this was a good move for his family. He really did. And he made a choice that he thought was the right choice for his family. But in the end, it totally destroyed his family. Again, as I already said, he lost his wife. And on top of that, his daughters were a total disaster, total mess. And if you're not familiar with the story, you can read it in Genesis and just look up Lot and look up Genesis and you'll find it there. And it's just a sad, sad story. Well, today, as you go about your day, I would ask you to consider this. Greener grass is not always better. Hey, Jeremy, good to have you here today. And then also, just as I finish up, may we be careful about running after the next best thing. Because the next best thing is not necessarily going to be good for us, not going to be good for us spiritually, and not going to be good for our family. And so I just want to encourage you and challenge you to consider those realities today. Have a good day. May the Lord bless you.